So now here we are going to start the marking or placement of the loops, right? So the loops, you must make sure that this zip part is being held this way and then fold it backwards. So you make sure you get the actual measurement that is needed for your waist locking. So for the actual measurement needed for the waist locking, your customers, all right, so here the waist of my customer is 34 and a half. So here you measure from the zip. Please note from the zip, you place your tape on the zip. The zip is center point of the trouser now. Then 34 and a half, which is 17 is 34. Half is 25. From the zip, this is the zip head. You talk from the zip head. Yes. So you mark 34 and a half, right? So in such cases, what I do is when I measure, if it's half an inch, I just do 35 so that in case the person might have added, maybe probably on by itself. So then you measure what is left. So what is left here is 1 inch at the back waistline. 1 inch is left. So 1 inch is what I remove from here. Then I will start marking for my belt loops. Then for the belt loop, remember that 1 inch was left at the inside, plus 1.5 inch you place your loop on is 2.5. So you mark at 2.5 here.
Mark that in both sides.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah. So from here, mark 2 inches here, 2 inches. From the side joining, 2 inches backwards to the back pocket region. That's for the belt loop placement. Then from the pocket point, the pocket tip here, you mark 2.5, which is constant. 2.5. Repeat the same process on the other side. Then from the pocket point here, you also mark 2.5. From here, 2.5. 2.5. From the side joining, you mark 2 inches backwards. Then from the edge or the end of the pocket of the waist back, you mark 2.5 as well. Fine. So once you have understood this, now the next thing you do is to start fixing your band. Then you unzip. Make sure you unzip and then place it this way. So this is the best time you can cut this excess if you want, but I won't cut it now. I will still sew my band and then show you. Now, please watch attentively. Remember that half an inch was what we used in folding. That half an inch is where you place first. Don't place this other area, please. Very important. So place it at the end of this band this way. This just like this. And then you are going to stitch on the line you have folded. So make sure you avoid the zip stopper. So make sure you place it in a way that it will not affect the zip stopper. Then carefully you stitch. Now, please note importantly that this folding here has an importance. So that place that you iron, drop chalking on it, and then when you stitch and get to that point where your chalk is, please, there's something you will do there. So make sure that you don't climb the iron stopper. So raise your hand and roll that spot so that you don't break your needle. See? So you can, jump, yeah? So make sure you determine that very well. Then once you reach to that point where the iron zip stopper is, the chalking is, double thread, you double stitch.
This place now. How you open this place?
No, I jump up now because of that iron stop now. This iron way there here. I jump up so that means you no go break needle. So this is what I'm trying to say. So once you stop at this point, watch what I will do. I will cut off this excess now. You can cut this out now. Then you are going to raise this band, raise it up by 1.5 inch or 2 inches, depending on how long you want the extension to be. So you raise it up by 2 inches, just like this, right? And then at this point, you continue from that same spot where your chalking ended. Please, very important. On that same chalking or that same point where your chalking ended. Then while doing this, you are going to be inserting your loops. The jointed area will face up. Very important. It will face up. Place it this way. And then you stitch. You stitch. So carefully, you stitch all the way down. Carefully you stitch all the way down. Now, if you remember, when cutting this trouser, I told us that we use half an inch to join the band. So this is half an inch now. So we are removing half an inch from the length of the trouser. So this band is coming back to replace the slanting of half an inch, and this sewing we are removing now. So that's the essence of my tutorials. If you are keeping to it, you will not have much issues and less questions to ask. So you make sure you don't forget any of the loop points. That's why you have to chalk it very well. And then you stitch the band all through this way. You stitch your band all through this way. You stitch your band all through this way. So remove your chalkings, remove your place your loops on the chalk area. Very important. So now when you get to these very points, make sure that the loops are also straight enough. It should not be slanted or bent. It should be straight as possible. Then you get to these very points where you have it this way. Then cut off excesses this way. So this is what you have. This is what you have. Then cut the excess band. I like to make my band to be longer so that I will take enough I want, then cut it, then use the remaining of the band for the other side. So this is what you have achieved so far. Then you continue with the other side as well, with the same nature of the same process which you used in the first place. So place it this way and place your band at that point and also stitch. So if you have watched these videos to this very point, please don't forget to like. You will do me a favor by sharing this video so that people will know that on this channel we teach and lecture deeply. Even without any payment, we can lecture you and become a good fashion designer. So money is not a problem for you not to learn fashion designing. If you don't have money, my channel is the best place you can ever come across with to learn fashion designing. But if you still want to enroll in my personal tutorials, you can do well to send me a message on the number on the screen or contact me on any of my social media platforms. So while sewing this, you make sure that every panel is properly held. You cut off all these threadings very well. Don't forget your loops. Very important that you don't forget your loops at every given time. So stitch all through. Stitch all through to these very points. So at this point now, the next thing you will do is to make sure, don't forget that iron stopper is there so that you don't spoil your machine. Use your hand and roll. Use your hand and roll. So once you pass it, you can now match. Cut your threads, then cut here as well. So this is what you also have, you see. Then cut the excess band as well, cut it off. So after you have done this now, the next thing you do now is to go and iron this band, and you make it in a kind of open pressing point so that it will relax very well this way, so that you don't have any bulge or bulky feeling, or iron it flat so that it will lap properly. After which I will attach the band. Let me iron it and show you the result as well. All right, so now we have ironed, open pressed our band and flattened it. This is how it looks. Both of them, we have done the stuff on both sides, right? So the next thing you do now is to hold the loops half an inch down. So from the band point, you store the loops half an inch down. All loops must be sewn down by 0.5 inch from the jointed point of the waistband, and make sure that the sewing is resting only on the loop. The sewing should not be visible from the outside. So here you stitch it all through this way. So this is what I mean. You will do this on all the loops. So you do the same thing on all the 6 loops. So here we have held the loops half an inch down. So look at the holding, right? You must sew it down half an inch down. So this is what I mean. Then once you do it on both sides, then you bring your band and start fixing your band. So I will bring my band, and before we bring our band, there is one thing we must do. So what is that thing? We are going to pipe this edge. And while piping this edge, we are going to fix a certain loop here for fastening this waistline. So I simply use the remaining part of my belt loop, just to make it to lap properly. I top stitch the both ends. I top stitch the both ends. I top stitch it, and then I will use iron to fold an angular folding right there. I will show you when I do that. I top stitch it this way. So I use iron to achieve an angular folding here. So this will serve as a button holder or a buttonhole for the inner pockets. Let me go iron this and come back. Here we have ironed it in angular form this way. So this will be placed towards the direction. Now the essence of this is to help you as a second button holder, because this trouser, you don't need to put hook, or rather hook might not be needed if you do this stuff. So what you do is you just stitch it, give like button space half an inch, just stitch here half an inch, just this way, half an inch, this way, then cut your threads, cut your thread, cut your thread, cut your thread. Make sure that this edge is even. This edge must be even, right? And then you place it on the band and face it towards inside this way. It will face inward this way. Then you top stitch the base or the tip here. Make sure it's at the center. It must be at the center, and then you stitch here. So you must put this if you don't want to put hook on your trouser. So you stitch all through to this very point. So after doing this now, so the next you do is to pipe or tape this region. So you bring the bias, and start your piping process. So here you fold this way, and then you stitch. So you stitch from there. So carefully make sure that you are stitching nicely. Stitch from there. Fold the bias to lap properly, and then stitch all through. Stitch all through. Stitch all through. So open up the band straight. The band will be straight. Open it up, and then pipe all the way down. Then make sure that the piping ended at the exact points this way. Then cut the piping. So this is what you have this way. Now it's now time for us to fix the other band. Then fold this band to go backwards, just like this way, and then it's time for us to close the band tips. So here you stitch a bit off from the folded edge. Now the reason for stitching a bit off is allow the band to remain the same 1.3 so that it does not get bigger. So the line you're sewing will not jam this other one. It will give little space there. Don't join with don't connect it to the other line. Make sure you give little space there, and then you stitch the up region as well. With the up parts, I still give little gap. I don't stitch exact of the folded line, so that when I fold my band will still be the same thing. And make sure that the band width folding is corresponding. Don't allow it to go down or go up. You must correspond like this. So you arrange it properly. So once you arrange it this way, then you stitch maybe half an inch above. Half an inch above. Half an inch above. Then after this, you now start fixing your band, the English band. We can still trim out, maybe somewhere here, you trim out and then cut the excesses out so that it will be easier to turn. Then you bring your English band. Now there are different types of band. Anyone you want to use, you can use it. Then you are going to push this 2 inches inwards, so or 1.5 inch inside the trouser. And then please change your thread to black. Don't use ash or any other color to sew a black. It will dirty the band. It will make the band to look dirty. So at this point, I have to change my thread to black before we proceed.